Hi everyone, hope you're doing great and staying safe. I'm back with another art journal video. So today I'm working on my dilution art journal, the one which is almost as the same size of the A5 page. And I will be starting with first adding some texture to the page using this mixed media texture. So I had something in mind which I wanted to dedicate to Solitude, and I wanted to start a project, I would say, my peaceful feelings about it. But as you'll see when the art journal will progress, that it was definitely not peaceful by the end. I finished the art journal. Okay, so I have dried the texture paste and now I'm working on adding some color to the page. I'm starting with the distress oxide paint spray mustard seed. I'm adding a little bit water to it and trying to start some movement. Trying to dry the color from the seam because it tends to seep out to the other pages. And once I'm happy with how it looks and I have dried the color a little, I'm spraying spice marmalade. Again, same thing, add some movement with water, and where I'm not able to move it with water, I'm using a brush. Okay, so the page is now dry and I'm happy with how it looks so far, going along the plan. And wanted to add some highlight to the page, and for that I'm using this Vintage Photos Distress Oxide spray. And somehow my mat was a little off angle, so the color was running towards my art journal. And I'm just trying to enhance the texture of the um, elements that I have added to the page, which is the bricks and the butterfly. So because the page was getting soaked dried, so I didn't give it much thought, but at this moment the page was quite dry. Even after I sorry, page was quite uh, wet when I added these textures. I added the color on the page. And I was so engrossed in making the art journal that I forgot that because it's not properly dried, when I add the splatter on the page, it is going to turn into a web form. Like the color will start webbing around, and eventually it will look not like splatters. So I took the rest of the remaining color on a sponge and I gave the art journal a definition. Okay, so now I'm leaving the art journal for drawing and I'm working on the focal elements, and I'm using wilted violet and kissed flamingo for coloring these florals. Okay, the page is now dried, and you can see those splatters are turned into the webbed splatters. So now I'm just placing the focal elements, and I have already auditioned where I'm going to put my quote. And I'm using black soot distress ink for distressing the edges of the paper on which I have put down the quote. And because it's too white, I would after doing the edging will put some antique linen on it to dial down the whiteness. Time to glue everything down. I'm using glue stick to stick this paper because it's very thin, and it's from my book page which I have colored violet. It was in my stash for a very long time, so I took this art journal as a chance to use this scrap. So this is my go-to way of gluing things down. When the paper is pretty thin, I use the glue stick, and if it's a little bit thick, I go for PVA glue. Okay, everything is now nice and dry, but I still feel the page needed a little bit more crispness. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using this charcoal pencil and just giving some edges and definition to the textured elements. And I'm done with everything. And here's the page, guys. So as I said that I wanted to show the peacefulness of my mind in this art journal, but as it kept on going, it started showing the chaos which we have around us, and in which we should find our solitude. So yeah, this is what happened in this page. And about this webbing of the color, I have noted it down, and I won't try to not to repeat this again. So that was the learning of today. And here is the close-up, and I am really liking everything about the page. I even used the charcoal pencil to add to the art journal edges, just to deepen the definition of the art journal, or deepen the edges of the art journal. And I'm happy with how the pink and the violet combination is looking so beautiful against the yellow and orange background. And in total, I'm happy with how the page looks. I was not expecting it to be this good even after my accident with the splatters, but all's well that ends well. So yeah. So this is it, guys. If you like the art journal, do give it a thumbs up, share with friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.